Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the third episode of Vault Hunters. Yay! um, as you can see, I'm looking a little bit different. I am much more kitted now. I think, in terms of my stats, I got a ridiculous amount of damage, more defense, more health, a ton more mana regen, all of the useful things I need to do some proper vaulting. If you look down at my health bar, quite a few hearts there, and my armor is 48 now. I think at the start of last episode or the end of last episode, it was like 30 or something. So big improvement in terms of my gear, thanks to all of the vaults I ran between episodes. I also have a new pouch setup, so I have a backpack where I can just chuck junk in, which is full right now, and it also has some of my kiwis in there. I have a pouch that has not been emptied once again. And this is for all of the stuff I pick up in the chests in the vault. Not all of it. I'm still missing quite a few slots. I have my unstackables, which has an unidentified vault trinket, which we will proceed to identify right now because trinkets are very cool. They're super rare. There's two kinds. There's a red kind and a blue kind. They're one of the rarest items in the game. And this trinket grants me the ability to triple jump, and I can use it infinitely in the overworld, but every time I enter a vault with it, it'll consume a use. And as you can see, it has 25 uses. So the one I have on right now is called the Carapace, immunity to poison, slowness, mining fatigue, and fire, which is quite useful, but it's not really my meta. This actually is very useful, so 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. And then when I put on my Elytra, which I will proceed to do right now. Oh yeah, I also made this little wardrobe. Sorry, this place is a mess right now. It'll be cleaned up, I promise. I made this wardrobe which stores my overworld gear so I can switch into it, change into it if you will. Not sure why I'm wearing the Roman Emperor helmet, but it's just useful because I can put on my other gear. I have a different magnet and I have all of my overworld tools. And most importantly, the Elytra, obviously. So let's try the triple jump now. Oh yeah. This is a little overpowered, I would say. So 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. Wow, you can really boost yourself around with the Elytra. That's useful. Anyway, back to what I was doing before. I'm gonna take this off so I don't forget about it. So I also have my junk items pouch, and then I have my scav bag, which is for one of the new objectives past level 20. You'll probably see clips of this in the future. I don't know if I've recorded any for this episode, but basically you mine chests, a ton of these items drop, and you need a way to sort them so they don't clog up your inventory. So I thought we would do some gear identification. So I have this pouch full of unidentified gear. Well, some of it's unidentified. Oh, and I have another trinket in there, but let's quickly identify it. So we got some stuff. None of it's good because right now my armor, if I change... right now my armor is absolutely kitted, so I won't be changing this. I have crazy bonus legendary modifiers on a lot, like +8 armor, that's pretty rare, +11 health, also super rare. So I'm not really planning on changing anytime soon, to be fair, but let's just quickly take a look. Got a pretty decent magnet. Yeah, I'm really not impressed with any of this, to be honest. We will keep the gear. Ooh, +10 health is good. And 3 movement speed. You know what? Actually, we might be doing something with this. So this is a great opportunity for me to show you how some of this stuff works. So I can re-roll gear. And this is really important. Once we get more of these things, as we level up, we can do a lot more with the gear. But for now, this is how I like to do it. So you can re-roll the gear by clicking Reforge All Prefixes. We're not going to do that because we have a legendary, and we don't want it to get removed. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to grab some gold. We're going to grab some of this stuff, and we're going to go over to the modifiers workbench. So these are the things in dungeons. I can find these attributes, and I can add 1 of them per gear set. So this is +3 to 4 armor. +4 armor. Excellent. So now this is a pretty good piece of gear. I wish it had the cooldown and mana regen, but the health and just the armor stats in general is pretty overwhelming. So I think I'm going to keep this piece of gear. So we actually did find something, which is great. Main priority for this episode is getting refined storage up and running. The issue with getting refined storage up and running at refined storage, yeah, a lot of stuff. But the biggest issue, I already have the knowledge essence, so that's not really a problem. The biggest issue is this crafting grid, which requires an Echo Pog. I have the stuff to make this perfect Echo Gem. What I don't have is enough Pogs. I think I'm missing quite a few unique vault ores to make them. So we have to do a ton of vaulting, and that means we have to find a ton of ore rooms within the vaults to get all the stuff we need. As you can see, the altar requires beetroot seeds, and this is to keep the villager from escaping. And as you can see here, I've made this nice little garden area, but I am lacking one crucial ingredient, and that is beetroots. So I set down a temporary waypoint on the map where I see a big village. It's one of these modded villages, and I'm going to put on my elytra. I ended up getting this elytra through a bounty that I completed, which was great. I think it was to mine like 22 alexandrite or something. So instead of trekking all over, we can now, and this is really cool, I can't believe I didn't show this, we can use dash to get places with our elytra. And my cooldown reduction is pretty shit right now, so it takes a while, but hopefully I can fly on through here. And we should be able to boost. You can actually move faster than you can with rockets with this. If my cooldown reduction wasn't so terrible. I'm looking... Oh, greenhouse. This is exactly what I was looking for. Wow, this is quite cool. maybe I should move here. Yoink. Okay, well, I'm gonna take that. Ah! So now it's all about finding beetroot, I guess. So that's gonna be my activity. Okay, well, that's pretty useful. What other structures? Oh, we have a big castle. So that might have some. An iron golem. I'm just gonna end up looting this whole place. Let's be real. Yoink. Yoink. Let's go! Hello everyone. I'm actually going to be doing a voiceover for this vault. Hopefully it doesn't make it seem less authentic. I mean, it definitely does, but whatever. So this is a kind of a weird themed vault. As you can see, there's gummy bears, which are very annoying because they can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, including like a quarter of a block tall, and that makes them really hard to hit. So my main goal for this vault was to get as many unique vault ores as I could, because I'm trying to work up to getting a ton of pogs so I can finally properly invest in refined storage and figure out my sorting system. But this vault actually ended up being pretty great in terms of the gear I got. So the first thing I ended up getting was this Omega Magnet from this vendor room. So Omega gear is the highest rarity tier in the game, and it means it has a ton of different modifier slots you can roll, so it's the best bang for your buck when you're looking at gear. So that's great. So I'm trying to do some mining and just running around the vault chaotically. In addition, now at level 20, there's these dungeons. So this dungeon is called, it's a challenging dungeon, it's a pillager dungeon, and it looks like it's an ornate dungeon as well. And I'm playing it the very, safe route, because these guys, they get one hit on you and they can do like half your health. So you gotta be a little bit cautious, to say the least. So I'm playing it like a coward. That's just part of it. But the ornate chests, as the difficulty of the dungeons increases, get more and more valuable. So you can see I just got a trinket there, which is one of the rarest items in the game to get. And it's very satisfying. You get a ton of gear from these chests. It's really the way to get gear, these ornate dungeons. These guys are pretty tricky, and I'm not navigating this dungeon particularly well. But once again, I'm just being cowardly, placing that little block down, making sure I don't get one-shotted. Always a good strategy, to be honest. So in all dungeons, there spawns a boss, which I actually cut out of this video, and there's a chance to discover these architect modifiers, which give you stuff for like potions, and they give you modifiers for gear and stuff that you can manually forge onto your gear, which is really helpful. I also found another one of these rooms, which had an Omega chestplate in it, which is great for only 15 gold, which was basically all of my remaining gold. So not sure if that was a good investment or not, but whatever. MLG. Per usual, Great player at this game, obviously. So here's me doing some mining. Again, getting the Voltors is critical here. So there's two unique ones on screen, the Sparkle Knight and the Oopaline, or whatever the fuck it's called. Grinding the ore rooms. That's been my main priority these last few vaults. And I found another challenging dungeon. This one's a gilded dungeon with skeletons, which is, you know, it's all right. The ones with bows are always a problem because they do a lot of damage. That was me cleverly using my javelin there, and almost still getting wrecked by this bow dude. And I'm realizing now it's kind of awkward to do voiceovers. I don't really know what to say half the time, to be honest. But I'm mining a ton of chests here, quite satisfying. My new machete's working pretty well. Oh yeah, the machete, by the way, can mine through wood, so it's really helpful when there's a ton of wood stuff guarding the different loot. This is me not being a coward and not blocking myself off, which is something I will definitely not be keeping up throughout this dungeon. These dungeons are pretty big. There's, I think, like 20 or 30 different kinds of dungeons. They all look different. The spider ones are by far the hardest because spiders are just a pain in general to deal with. As you can see, there's no special table for the modifier effect, but this is the boss that will spawn in every dungeon, the champion. And I am treating this fight very fairly. Obviously, that was a fair fight, and I beat him. So I'm just finishing up looting this dungeon, and then I'm going to dip. But these gilded chests are great because I get a ton of important stuff that I need, especially the gems, or the jewels, sorry. And then I dipped. That was it. And that is the end of this pretty good vault. I got a ton of experience. I'm up to level 29 now. As well as just an absurd amount of really good gear, so that's always great. And I also completed both of my bounties, also fantastic. I mean, just look at this pouch right here. Oh, that's my unstackables pouch, very important. So now I'm gonna identify it all at once. I can just right click with the little pouch and look at all of that gear. There's my 2 Omega pieces of gear, so that's fantastic. All right. So it is now that time. I think I have everything I need. I finally got enough Sparkletine to get the job done here. So the first thing we are going to unlock is Power. This is a Forge Energy mod and Refined Storage. The storage system I'm going to be using needs energy. So this is very important. Without unlocking this mod, we'd be shit out of luck to power our stuff. So we're first going to research this. Yay. And now, the moment I've been waiting for a long time, we are going to unlock Refined Storage. Now, there's a few things I want to do. I have these 16 mod boxes open. I'm hoping I get some of the harder stuff to craft out of these mods, so we're just going to quickly do this. Okay. Oh my god, we got 2 16K storage disks. That's great. We got a speed upgrade. We got an external storage, so this is, we can connect a Refined Storage up to our drawers now. We got a Furnator. We got 2 furnaces from Power, which is great. Ooh, and we got a solar panel. Okay, we should have everything there. So we're gonna need some pogs, clearly. So we need another 7 of these bad boys. We need to do this. We need to do a little bit of this. Boom, Echo Pog, huge advancement. And at last, we craft up our crafting grid. Okay. We also do need some cables, unfortunately. I forgot about that. Don't fear. World's slowest process out here. Okay, what else? I needed some more of my, this shit. Okay, some cables. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we should have everything all nice and figured out. So the first step to setting up our refined storage system is locating a little demonstration field. Let's do it down here. I'm gonna actually set it up in my house for real, but for now, space reasons and just for like showing how it works, it's a little easier out here. So step 1 is we're gonna put down 2 pieces of lava for our 2 thermogenerators. These are thermogenerators, right? Fernator. I'm gonna be real, that's not what we need. All right, so forget the thermogenerators. I think a fernator, you just gotta smelt items for it to generate power. We could do that, but luckily it's daytime right now. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is put down our little solar panel. And just for the sake of using these cables, so we have a cable down here. We're gonna put the solar panel on top, like so. It connects. It's now generating energy, which is what we want. We are now going to connect it to our controller, which is the brain. It's the power and the cable management and everything of a refined storage system. So now this will fill up with energy. This is generating plenty of energy while the sun is up. All right, we're gonna need our disk drive and we're gonna need our crafting grid. So the disk drive stores the actual items itself. So we're gonna connect that up through here. Boink. So now we'll put in like a 4K disk. So we have 4,000 available items to store. And now we're gonna connect all of this up to our crafting grid. So we have nothing in there right now, but watch how satisfying this is. So now if I wanted to craft like a pog, for example, or something, I could just click and it would appear here. And I can search through all of my items in this grid itself. So sweets, bang, just like that. All right, we gotta grind some blazes for what I want to power our system. Okay, nice. No spooky, scary skeletons advancement. Kind of sad. Oh, here's one. And oh my god, I'm fucking low. Jesus. At long last, my thermogenerator. Actually, I wonder how many statistics, mobs. I had to kill 53 blazes to make this happen. But let me show you how we're going to be getting our power. Not through the solar panels, mind you, but through the good old-fashioned method. Okay, so how this power generation works is we put down some lava. We carefully place this on top so I don't delete it, which has unfortunately happened before. I stick a faucet on top of it. I put some water down, hence the glass. I turn on the faucet, and now we are generating energy so we can knock off this solar panel. And we can, where are my energy cables? And we can do a little bit of this action. Bang. Hello everyone. So, the drawers are finally in place. The storage system's finally in place. Let me take a few items out so I can demonstrate. So firstly, you'll notice along the wall, we have our compacting drawers and a ton of items we usually get from farms here. These can store up to, I believe, 4,000 something items, 4,096 maybe. These compacting drawers compact down our stuff to make it more compressed and accessible. So if we search diorite, for example, in here, we will have our uncompressed and compressed versions of the diorite. And then back here, it looks very pretty, doesn't it? We have the beans and potatoes of the system. So we have our thermo generator generating 20,000 forge energy per tick. We have our controller, and we have our disk drive with quite a few disks, and it's only 9% full right now. But to make sure this never fills up all the way, because that would be bad, we have connected our drawers to our refined storage system with this external storage device set with a very high priority. So before you get lost, what that means is whenever I put items, like I chuck items into our crafting grid, if there is an available drawer for it, it'll go into the drawer first, so it doesn't fill up our disk space, which is great. So let's pretend I just got back from a hard day of collecting these items, I guess. Zoop, I just put them in here like that. And if I wanted to craft something like an anvil, for example, I could just do that. Everything just got a lot easier, which is fantastic. So that's going to have to do it for this episode. We're out of time. Not really. I make the time. But I'm going to say we're out of time for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one where hopefully we'll be getting into modular routers or some type of farming stuff. All right, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.